All right, we're here with the legend, Riley Gaines, an NCAA legend, helping change, prevent change in a bad way.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. So we're happy to have you here. Thank you so much.
I'm thrilled to be with you guys.
Yes,
It has been a fun week. It has been a year-long week, it feels like. But you guys have been doing the Lord's work. So I'm thrilled to be on with y'all.
Thank you so much. That's very kind words. Thank you.
So I want to ask you, first and foremost, how does it feel to be the face of this issue, like on the good side?
Well, it's crazy to me that there even has to be a face at all on this issue.
I agree.
The issue that we are referring to is merely saying that men and women are different. That's it.
Yeah.
That we have to have a face, that it's considered brave or courageous to say something as factual as the fact that there are two sexes and that you can't change your sex and that each sex is deserving of equal opportunity, of privacy, and of safety. That's pretty much the entire message here. But to be the face of that, again, it's unfortunate in the way that it happened, but you get to meet amazing people, you get to go cool places, and you get to have real and lasting impact. And that's what it's about.
That's awesome. No, that's awesome. So what would you say, you think is going to be the difference when Trump comes in? Do you think we'll see less of this happen when the Trump administration is reelected?
100%. The Biden administration, they have abolished Title IX and its original intent.
Man.
And so what Title IX is, or what it was, I guess, for the past 52 years, was a federal civil rights law that prevents sex-based discrimination in any educational program that receives federal funding. But they've created a new policy. They have rewrote Title IX and equated sex with gender identity, meaning there are no sex-based protections. There are no women's only dorms. Men can be housed in dorm rooms with women. Men can join sororities. Men can take scholarships, both academic and athletic, from women. Full access to bathrooms, locker rooms, changing spaces. Your speech would be compelled. You'd be forced to use preferred pronouns in this. And so President Trump, he's already said day one in the Oval Office he will take decisive action in reversing course from what the Biden administration has done, illegally at that and administratively. He didn't go through Congress. No, he did this with a stroke of the pen. And then the platform was released, which is, of course, the issues that he will prioritize. And issue number 17, big bold letters, was no men and women's sports. So I was thrilled to see that this is an issue that the president, the future president, the former president, the rightful president, is taking very seriously.
Yeah, that's awesome. Have you met Trump?
I have.
That's awesome.
Several times. He is the exact same off camera, behind the spotlight as you would imagine.
No, definitely. We met him once briefly, a couple weeks ago in Detroit. Came in immediately making jokes. It was cool.
Of course.
So I have a question. Have you noticed that most of the people who are for the men and women's sports aren't athletes? Because we were all college athletes, and I've met plenty of people that are on the left, but if they played sports, when it comes to this, they're like, okay,
Come on.
we understand that this is not fair in any sense of the word.
Come on. The largest demographic of people who support this are fat, liberal, white women. That's what it is. People who don't have daughters, people who have never played a sport themselves. That's what we're seeing. It's tragic that these women, again, largely, a large portion of people who support this being women, what they are essentially, to put it quite frankly, is traitors to their own sex, is what they are.
What would you say is the reason that the women are virtue signaling and being traitors? What do you think is their motivation for that as a woman?
Right.
They want to be seen. We live in this time where it's very much you are either the oppressed or you are the oppressor. And there is nothing worse in our society than being an oppressor. Therefore, they would rather be seen as kind and inclusive and compassionate. But let me tell you, it's not inclusive. It's not inclusive to ask girls to smile and step aside and allow these men onto our podiums. That's exclusive. It's not compassionate to ask young girls to undress in front of fully grown, fully naked, fully intact men.
That's evil.
That's not what compassion
so wrong.
is.
That's a violation, really.
Totally. These people are deluded. They have a totally skewed perception of what virtue is, what kindness is, what these words, which in their true meaning are phenomenal things. It's a phenomenal thing to be compassionate, to be empathetic, but what we are seeing is not compassion.
Okay, that's a very great
That's
answer.
a very great answer.
And my last question. So knowing what you know now, how far the left is trying to take this, right? Would you go through what you went through again for the betterment of everyone else?
No doubt, 110%. And it's been. Let me tell you, you take the arrows. I know you guys know. You take the arrows. I mean, I've been called every name you could possibly imagine. They call you transphobic. They call you homophobic. They call you a racist, a white supremacist, domestic terrorist, a fascist. I mean, they will hurl whatever name your way.
They love to
I've been.
label.
What did you say?
So they love to throw the labels.
Oh, they love it. That's the only way they can dissuade from our logical
truth.
stance. Yes. I've been physically attacked. I've been punched by.
Physically attacked?
Oh, come on. I've been totally ambushed by mobs. I mean, men in dresses who are punching me quite literally in the face. I've been held for ransom in San Francisco for 5 hours.
What?
Wow.
Can you tell us more about that real quick? Sorry.
Yep. So I was in San Francisco sharing a message. And in doing that, I was met with a group of probably 200, 300 protesters. Again, women with beards, men in dresses. And they totally ambushed me, where I'm being, again, quite literally attacked.
Jumped.
I'm being jumped. And so they then held me for ransom for 5 hours through the middle of the night, demanding that if I wanted to make it home to see my family safely again, I had to pay them money. So then you might be wondering, okay, well, where are the police? The police were being held for ransom with me.
Wow.
How is that literally not terrorism?
That's
That
what I
is.
asked. And I asked them, I'm like, pretty sure you're the police, pretty sure we're being held against our will, pretty sure we call that kidnapping. Can't you do something?
Right.
To which they said, no, we're not allowed to do
FBI?
anything because
That
we're
is
not allowed to be
insane.
seen as anything other than an ally to this community.
Wow.
What? That is absolutely insane.
is outrageous.
So that's the arrows that you take. All of that to get back to the bigger question here of would you do it again? 110%. Because I know what I'm fighting for. I know who I'm fighting for. From a worldly perspective, right? Objectively, fighting for objective truth, biological reality, but more importantly, from the biblical sense of what we're fighting for, it's very clear. The Bible is very clear in saying
Amen.
that God created male and female intentionally and uniquely in His perfect image.
Amen.
And to alter that, to try to alter that, to attempt to alter that, to deny that, is an attempt to play God. And we know how that turns out because,
do.
again, the Bible tells us.
He
So-
does.
Man, no, that was very well said. You
Yes.
are a true patriot.
Hero.
You're brave, and you are a real life hero. Thank you for
Yes.
what you do.
Y'all are too kind.
Thank you for what you stand for.
We'll keep
and
it
thank you
real.
for coming on with us.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank you
much
for
for
your
your
Anytime.
time.
You guys are the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
This is great.
You guys rock.